Hello, everybody, and welcome to a world you've never seen before. So, this is just a starting platform, but this is my testing grounds. This is where I kind of come. This is a creative world, and I come and I play. So I thought I'd give you guys a quick introduction to the testing grounds this morning. Like here you can see a version of Wheatley. I don't know what version of Wheatley that is. Yeah, so this just started as the normal empty old platform. I think it's the Lone Survivor one. But yeah, so I've come in here and made some holes. And you'll see some massive structures around here where there's like kind of some failed designs and some learned things. So let's walk around this world. And I'll walk you through what all of this is and what I've been playing with and some weird things over there. And what I'd like to start doing is I'm going to use this world as the start of a new series where we go through all of the ships and all of the creations I've made, right? So I'm going to kind of make it a show area, showroom, as well as a testing grounds, as well as a creative building area, and where we do designs of new things. So you'll see a bunch of stuff in here that some of it requires some mods and some doesn't. I'll go through each of those things one by one and take you through the build and how it works. And yeah, so probably one of the first ones I'll do is, you see here, here's all the different versions of the Zit from my live stream. So maybe we'll go through those first. That'll be the first kind of episode we do past this one, maybe. But so yeah, so this one I just want to kind of do a brief overview of what's in this world at the moment. So let's start with, so over here we've got the Zit. Let's see. The Zit, sorry, Wheatley. Which version of Wheatley does it? Oh, is there another? Wheatley Follow Me Cargo Drone. This is probably a really early version. Yeah, it's called the Wheatley Follow Me Cargo Drone. So it looks pretty much like Wheatley. It's got things in different places. Oh yeah, this is like way back when before I put any like connectors or merge blocks or anything like that on them. And this is probably a pretty old design. I wonder if this version of him still works. Let's see. Oh, look at that. He still works, the original. The very first. This is the world when I was trying to figure out how to make this guy. This is where I first did him. He's not following me, maybe. He's just like, he's not actually coming at me. He's just following me. So if I turn him off, let's see, what do we have in here? Does he actually have follow me thrusters? Yeah. Maybe I had them turned off in the sensor array. So the sensors turn on the gyros, yeah. The front one I think was the one that was supposed to make him follow me. Oh. But is it, maybe that one's not turned on with the button? I don't know. Anyhow, so he still actually follows me around. I remember him, I haven't tried Wheatley out in a while in the world because when there was a point in the game where that would just not work at all. Now this is a single player world, right? This is not a dedicated server. So maybe he only works in here and doesn't work in the in a multiplayer world, but I'll have to try that out. I'm glad to see that he works nicely here before, because he didn't in the past. So over here you'll see the creeper. Now this is a really early version. There's a finished product Wheatley, the first version of Wheatley, right? And over here you'll see the creeper. This was the actual first version of Wheatley. I totally forgot I even had this guy. And I called him the creeper because when I was building him and trying him out, he actually creeped me out quite a bit. So let's see, does this guy still work? Oh, wow. Oh, and he actually follows me. Yeah, so yeah, he was creeping me out to no end when I was building him. So I called him the creeper. But yeah, they still work. This is even pre-Wheatley. This was before he even had a name and a body and a proper construction. But we're gonna turn the creeper off. So there's the creeper. That was alpha version of Wheatley. What do we have here? So here we have a, I think I was playing with a ship, like I was trying to, oh, I know what this was. In the NID server, there was a challenge at one point that never, I don't think ever took place, where we were supposed to be building racers, like fighting racer ships, that we were going to race through this asteroid that Big Bertha Dracul's mining ship cut a whole bunch of holes through. This was the starts of a project to try and make a fighter, which I never finished, but it's still sitting there. So if that ever happens, maybe I'll come back to that. What else do we got around here? Oh yeah, so over here, this was when I was testing out, remember on the NID server, or you might remember if you watched that, where I was testing out how to make a solar panel, which is now completely blocked from the sun. How to make a solar panel on a couple of double rotors so that I could, you know, face it at the sun and have it getting full bars. So that's what that was. We got some buttons here. Let's see what happens if I press the buttons. So it turns it, stops it, turns it, stops it. Yeah, so I was playing with how do I control this so that I can keep it at the sun. There's no point in putting it back since I've completely blocked it with something else. What do we have here? Oh, this. I was trying to figure out how to connect two rotors together on the same block. Now, eventually I figured this out, right? So this is where I was playing with that idea, trying to see how to get two rotors connected together with a set of blocks in the middle. And we played, I think the first time I used that was in the Weapons of Mass Derpiness Season 1. There was I think we built like a cannon, like a howitzer type deal. I can't remember the name of it now. We make such silly names. But I think that was the first time I used that somewhere. And I've been able to use it a few places since. It's a cool little idea. If you guys want to know how these things work, and I can do them as part of an episode in this series, so let me know. Now up here, you'll see these massive arrays that I made, and I was testing out some designs. So this was like a massive solar panel array, and the look and the feel and design of it, as well as over here you'll see another one which is a slightly different design. Right now, this was something that I was thinking about doing for the NID server as well, but it never took shape. I don't know if I'll still do it or not, but yeah, I was trying to make a bowl, like trying to actually make like a bowl of solar panels, and I don't know if they like this design anymore. Anyway, so but that was the idea, was so for little Betsy was to try and give it a big solar panel array, but like a massive bowl type idea, and it turned out the way I wanted it to, so it's still sitting here. So this is almost a bit of a graveyard in some ways too. What do we got over here? This is a funky ship I built with 2 merge blocks to move things around, maybe? I must have been trying to merge with something and move it around. I have no idea what this is for, but it's a funny looking ship. Let's go in here. I like it. Did I give this thing a name? No. Doesn't look like I gave it a name. It's not even all mine. Stupid looking little ship. I must have been using it to connect to something and move it around. Alright, yeah, so what else do we have here? So that's that. We have those. Oh, this over here. And this over here. So what do we have here? We have Wheatley again. So this is another version of Wheatley. Now this was something that Dracul made. So you'll see, so here's Wheatley, and it's got a merge block on the back. And here's this little connector dealie. It's got 2 merge blocks on either side. It's got a connector on the top, and it's got these little wings on the side of it. And this was an idea that Dracul, he made this and gave it to me. I think it has a name. Oh, maybe that's because it's merged. If I... Let's merge... let's turn these on and just see which one I want to disconnect here. Merge block 4, I think. So let's merge block 4. All right, so yeah, so you'll see here we've got normal Wheatley in the front, and this is like a, I don't know what version of, this is the Mark II, I think it said, right? So if I go into him, yeah, this is the Wheatley Mark II. So this is the guy that lived on the NID server for quite some time, I think, and he was retrofitted with the merge block on the back. And then this thing, it's just called a small ship. Okay, so it doesn't have a name. But Dracul made this secondary piece, and he gave it to me. And basically what the idea was is that you could merge Wheatley to him, and then this would be his little... so you could fly him around, right? He's got extra jetpacks and stuff, and he could fly around. And then on the back of it was the idea was is that you could put like a big cargo container, I believe, on the back, or something of that nature. Can't remember. He was meant to be like this was an insert in between 2 pieces, and I was trying to figure out how to do something. Oh, I think I was trying to figure out how to get both a merge block and a connector onto Wheatley, so that I could both merge with him and fly around with him with the little zip ship that I have on the NID server, and also still be able to connect him up with one of these guys to my system and then fill him up with things. I think that's what that was. And then it also had an extra expansion on the back, which was just added. But yeah, that's what this is. I don't even remember what the name of this thing is. I wonder if it's in my... Keep hitting the wrong button. Yeah, so here's all the different versions of Wheatley. There's a Mark III too that you guys haven't seen yet. Sneaky peek. But it was in here somewhere. You guys are getting a sneak peek of all the stuff that we can go through in in this series. Some of them don't have actual pictures associated with them. I don't see it in here. I normally, like here, like the stuff that Mike gave me, I put his name beside it. I thought I would have done the same thing with his, but it's I'll see if I can find it another time and put him in here. Gravity chute, that's definitely from Dracul. Cuttable wall. Zip trailer, there it is, the zip trailer. Yeah, so it was, and this was what Dracul made for me. So that's the zip trailer. Hehehe. And then over here, last but not least, we've got this guy. Now, what is this, you might ask? So we go over here, we've got gravity. And... I'm walking on the side. Does this look familiar to anybody? And boom. And I'm up. So this was... I was trying to figure out how to make that in the NID server. I was trying to figure out how to make that gravity chute that I built. That allows you to, basically, it changes the gravity for you and goes up and down. Now, I did it slightly different, but then Dracul did it here. But he built this and handed it to me in the workshop. I threw it in here. I played with it. I looked at the settings, see how he did it all. His is smoother than mine is, so I might need to like I'd built the one in the... I'd built my design and built it into the NID server before he gave me this, I think. But it's been a while. But his is actually really smooth, so I think I might need to redo... Oop, I gotta get a little closer to that. Redo mine a little bit using some of the ideas from this. You'll see there's a lot more gravity generators involved in this one, right? So we got one here for the down gravity, one there for the side gravity. Or maybe not. One here for the up gravity. I think it's a similar number of gravity generators. But his is, I wonder if I can turn on the fields here. Info... gravity. So yeah, so there you go. There's the overlapping range of things. Now, it goes up way too far than it needs to, but you can see there's the one on the top, the one on the bottom, but they kind of envelop each other, I think, right? And then there's this one in the middle. So when you walk, it just nicely turns you facing the right way, and this kind of goes right through your face too. I wonder if that's on purpose. And then, you actually really nicely walk around this. It's kind of smooth. I wonder if I can show that nicer. And oh, and I fell right off. Ah, well, I'm gone. No. Well, yeah. So that's the testing. The testing area. You know, this is where I'm going to be doing all that kind of stuff. So that's a quick tour of everything that we have here and all the stuff. And we're going to go through each of these guys one by one in different episodes, maybe a couple in an episode. But my plan is to kind of go through them, explain them, talk to you about them, how I built them, what they're for. And then at the end of the episode, it'll be available on the workshop. So nothing is yet, but at the end of each of those episodes, let's turn this stuff back off because it's annoying. At the end of each of those episodes, I'm going to release onto the workshop the ship or ships, the things that I have displayed and demoed. Like nothing at the end of this one, but at the end of the next ones going forward, that's what I'm going to do. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time in the testing yard, or whatever I'm actually going to call this place. I don't know. Later. Bye.